everybody. I wanted to do a different type of video that kind of showcases a different side of me. Hello. Good morning. You've been napping all morning. What is in your head? Oh, were you rolling around outside? Can you lay down? Yeah, hi. I know it's been a while. It has been a while. It's been a while since I filmed something. Hopefully it won't take me forever to edit it. But I wanted to do, oh, hi, hello, yes, belly rubs, okay. I wanted to do something a little different. We are in a different setting today. This is our playroom slash nerd room slash video game room, which you will get a complete tour of later. I did film some footage as we were working on it. Not a ton because I'm really bad at just remembering to flip on the camera while construction's happening. I'm just kind of at those mindset where I just want to get it done. But there's still a couple things we have left to do in here. I'm actually sitting on our futon, our new futon here, which has bed sheets on it because we're having a guest tonight. And of course our guest gets to sleep in style here with some Avengers sheets. But a full room tour will happen later on. Like I said, there's just a couple little things we have left to do, like hang some more stuff on the walls and tidy up a little bit, but it's pretty much done. It's functional. So yeah, I'll show you around it later. Anyways, today this video I wanted to talk about toys, specifically toys that I had as a child. And these toys were things that, you know, I've had a lot of toys growing up. Which I'm sure many of you had. There were a lot of massive, cool things that came out of the 80s, and I was grateful enough to be a part of that and experience all the fun magic of toys. And I feel like that was the real big heyday of toys, was the mid 80s, early 90s. So I just kind of was being a little nostalgic and thinking about all the fun toys I used to have as a kid growing up that either fell by the wayside or my mom just sold in garage sales, and I really missed them. So I wanted to share with you today 4 of those toys that I miss from my childhood. Now, there's a little caveat to that. I actually went on eBay and bought all 4 toys. It's kind of a miracle that I found all 4 because I wasn't even expecting to find one. I was shocked that I found all 4. And I had so much fun that I might do this again. So let's get to it. And this is in no particular order, you guys. These are just 4 toys that I have been thinking about lately that really had an impact on my childhood and things that I just missed having. So we'll start with number 1, and this was the first one that I actually acquired, and I was so pumped to be able to find this on eBay. I seriously didn't even think I would find one of these, and for the price that I got it for, because it's kind of, I don't know, not well known. It's not a toy that I think anybody would even think about nowadays. It's just something that I really, really loved. And that is this little guy. This little guy right here. You guys are probably thinking, what the fuck is this thing? Like, what the hell is this guy? What is he? What is this? This little guy here is from the 1986 3D film Captain EO. Now, some of you may not even know what Captain EO is, but for me it was a big part of my childhood. I adore Captain, to this day I still adore Captain EO. It was a film that was created specifically for Disney and released into Disney parks in 1986. It starred Michael Jackson, and Angelica Houston was also in the film, believe it or not. And it was like a 17-minute long film that had some surprisingly big names attached to it. Not only was it Michael Jackson, Angelica Houston, who I just mentioned, it was directed by Francis Coppola and produced by George Lucas. Kind of crazy, huh? But I loved it. So when this film came out, it came out exclusively to Disney parks. And I actually had the opportunity to see it when I was at Disney as a child, and I fell in love with it, particularly this little guy. I have always been a Michael Jackson fan throughout my entire life. He actually was very inspirational to me growing up. I was a dancer for a long period of time in my childhood, up until like preteen era, and I just loved Michael Jackson, loved his music, loved his choreography, loved his dancing, all that. Him, Janet, I could go on forever. But needless to say, I'm a big MJ fan. So, and this probably attributed to some of that. So I want to say I was at least 8 or 9 years old when I saw this film. I'm trying to get back into the memory logs here of when we went to Disney that time, and it was in the theaters there. It was in the theater in Tomorrowland, which is in Epcot, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. It was a 3D film. It was 80s spectacular. It had music, it had dancing. The plot was really messed up. I mean, not messed up in like the sense that it would scar you for life, but kind of just, I mean, looking back on it now, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. But it had a lot of big names attached to it, and it holds a special place in my heart. I really, really adore it. It's cheesy and corny and 80s as it is. I loved it. And I love this little guy. Now, this little guy is adorable. Going back and looking at the film again as an adult and looking at this character's pictures, you know, I'm like, holy crap, this guy looks totally different, and I don't even know why I was attached to him so much, but I was, and I loved him. And look at how cute this little stuffed animal is. And I had this as a child. I begged my parents to buy this for me in the parks that year before we left Disney, and I had him. And he's described as kind of a space monkey, but to me he looks like a mini fuzzy orangutan with butterfly wings and a rat tail. Like, I don't know what it is about this guy, but he is so adorable and I love him. And I was so sad that I kind of lost him along the way. I'm assuming my mom probably got rid of him in a garage sale sometime, and I just didn't know about it, or at that point in my life didn't really care too much about it. But I missed this little guy and I had to have him. In fact, when they re-released this film in the parks again for an anniversary special after Jackson had died, it just so happened that I was going to Disney that year and I was able to see it again in Epcot. And you guys, it was still an amazing experience. I don't care how corny it is. And I know half the party that went with us would not watch it more than once with me. And I probably went and saw it 5 times while we were there. So I had a blast. And after the film, I walked up to a cast member and asked where I could get some merchandise. So they pointed me in the right direction, and I went into the shop and was only able to find like a t-shirt and pretty much that was it. Like a t-shirt and some novelty things. I don't even think they had a pin, because I was doing pin trading at the time, because I feel like if they had one I would have bought it, but I don't know. Either that or the design was really crappy. I'm not sure. But I specifically asked the cast member in the shop if they had any fuzzballs, and they didn't. But they told me to go to customer service and let them know that I was interested in a reproduction of this, because if there was enough interest, they would reproduce him. Well, that didn't happen. But I went on eBay and got myself one, and I'm so happy. He even has the original tag where it says on here, I don't know if it'll focus, it says, the original tag here says Disneyland and Walt Disney World, and it even says on here 1986 Disney. So this is an original fuzzball, and I was super shocked to find him on eBay. Even more shocked to find him for the affordable price of like, I think he was $15. So happy I got him, and I love him. And he's gonna go in my office. Ooh, look at how cute he is. I know he's weird, but I love him. He's adorable. He was the quirky little sidekick for Michael Jackson in the film. And if you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube somewhere. You can take a peek at it. Give it an open mind. It's a lot of fun. I love it. It was a huge part of my childhood. I just remember being so excited watching it in the theater at Disney, and then being excited again as an adult watching it again when it was re-released. And I'm so glad I could bring this part of my childhood back home to me again, because he's so adorable and I love him. Look at him. Look at his cute little, so here's his cute little butterfly wings. Like I said, he's a monstrosity. I don't know, he's supposed to be a space monkey, but he really doesn't look like a monkey. He looks like I said, an orangutan, a butterfly, and he has this really long rat tail, but I love him. I don't care. I'll put you right there next to Sleeping Killian. Love it. So the next thing I have, and this probably might be an odd one, I don't know, but I specifically remember this toy only being at my grandparents' house. My grandparents didn't have a ton of toys growing up, when I was growing up over there, and I spent quite a bit of time over there. This is my mom's parents. Actually, now that I remember it, both my grandparents didn't have a whole lot of toys for me to play with. You know, my mom's parents only had this really small bin of random assorted things. I was like the first grandchild in the family, so that might be why. And then my dad's parents, I think all I had over there, I had like a couple toys or whatever, but all I really had over there was a Nintendo. And I mean, we more or less went a lot of places than I think I played with toys over there. I don't know. Anyways, my grandparents had this small bin of toys. It was mostly race cars and some random army men and things like that. It wasn't really a girly assortment of toys, which is fine. I was a huge tomboy as a kid. I still am. Hell, I'm sitting on Marvel sheets. This Batman next to me and Captain America next to me, and I have this cute little Spider-Man some here. I mean, I'm not a big girly girl. I mean, I am and I'm not, but anyways, the one toy that I played with every single time at my grandparents' house was this Mr. T action figure. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Mr. T from the A-Team. A pity fool. Him. This guy right here. I played with this action figure all the time at my grandparents' house. I loved it. In fact, I love the A-Team. That's probably why. I don't know. I grew up watching A-Team reruns with my dad. You know, on those days when you were homesick and one of your parents had to stay home with you. It was usually my dad most of the time. I don't know why. But I just specifically remember being at home sick and my dad being there and us watching reruns of the A-Team and Batman and, you know, shows like that. So this action figure got a lot of playtime at my grandma and grandpa's house, and since I didn't own it, it never went home with me. It just randomly disappeared one day, and as I got older, they must have tossed it or gave it to another kid or whatever, but I was kind of bummed, man. This thing was a huge part of my childhood imagination at my grandparents' house, because like I said, they didn't have a whole lot of toys for me to play with, so I would take Mr. T and take him on an adventure. He was like my Barbie. I loved him. I still do. I love it. I love the detail on this action figure, to be quite honest. Like, I love his gold chains, his vest. He's got that awesome, he's got his great mohawk and chops that go all the way back around his head. Not really focusing very well. And he's all of his gold chains here. He's got this hole in his hand that I don't even remember why he had it or if he even had an accessory. I don't recall ever playing with an accessory, but he's got one. You know, he's got his gold around his wrist. He's got his black pants with his high top sneaks and his orange and white socks. I loved him. Still do. I'm so excited I got my hands on this action figure, you guys. I honestly didn't think I'd find this one. So, this Mr. T action figure, I really should be calling him by his correct name, is BA in the A-Team. Because, I mean, it's just Mr. T is him in real life, and BA Baracus is Mr. T. So, BA in the A-Team action figure is what I played with all the time. Now that I think about it, I don't even recall my grandparents having any other action figures from the A-Team but BA. Like, that was it. That's all they had. Yeah, so they did not have Murdoch, they did not have Hannibal, they did not have Face, they just had BA, which, whatever, it was totally cool with. Like I said, me and BA went on some adventures. We hung out, we had fun. I'm sure BA went on a couple tea parties with me. Whatever, it was cool. And now I have him again. Now I've got my Mr. T, and I'm super pumped. I'm excited. So number 2 toy on my list that I miss from my childhood, might be a weird one. I don't know. I don't find it weird. But maybe as a young girl, someone else might find it weird. I don't know. Is BA Baracus action figure, Mr. T action figure from the A-Team. I love this thing. I'm pumped. Let's go on some more adventures, BA. Let's pity the fool together. I love it. And then as I got older, I watched the show a lot with my dad. And still love this character. Like, come on, how can you not like BA? He was a badass. Watch the show, people. If you never watched the A-Team, it's a classic. So another one that's gonna go on my shelf in my office and I'm pretty excited about. He'll probably go next to something super girly just because I like that juxtaposition. So he'll probably go next to, no, probably not my Harley figures. I don't know, maybe some Tokidoki figures that I have or something. He's gotta go next to something girly. It's just, that's gotta be it. All right, BA, you can sit right there on Spidey. The next thing on my list here, which I haven't even really unwrapped, this is a little more girly, I guess, I don't know. So Cabbage Patch Kids were pretty popular when I was a kid. I did have one or two of the dolls growing up, but I specifically remember these ones that came out, and I don't remember them being around very long, but I remember the resurgence, not really a resurgence, but kind of a discovering of them when I was older and going, oh yeah, I totally had one of those, and I remember it, and I remember it fully to the exact same one that I had, the outfit that it was wearing, everything. And yes, it was legitimately a Cabbage Patch doll. It just was a hybrid doll, if you will. And that was the Cabbage Patch Kids Kusas. They were half human, half animal. And this isn't the one I had as a kid. I'm very sad to report that I could not find the exact same one that I had. I could find very similar ones. I didn't realize what kind of decent variety of these they had. Like, they had some with orange striped bodies, and then they had some, you know, with these soft bodies, and that's what I had. I had a little soft bodied dog boy. This isn't the one that I had specifically, but when I was searching on eBay, I couldn't find the exact one that I had for whatever reason. Either it was too messed up, like really scuzzy looking, or it didn't have the right clothing, or didn't have clothing at all. And I really wanted to get one that was closest to the original as I could find. And this one was in such pristine condition, I couldn't pass it up. Like, it even comes with this little collar. They came with collars, and you could mail off their certificates, which it actually came with its original certificate too, which was another reason why I picked this one. And this one is so cute. I love his little lemon hair and body. But this one, as you can see, has little hard ears here, and it has little dog ears, and it's a little dog nose, and it's a little dog tag, and it's cute little denim overalls, and its little tail. So they had dogs and cats, and they were all different colors and varieties. Like I said, some had orange striped bodies, and then just the dog boy or cat boy girl face. And some of them had different kind of hair. Not too much of a different variety from this. They really didn't make them with long hair like they did the dolls. It was always a short hair variety. But some of them didn't even have hair at all, like the cat ones. And those are kind of freaky. But I still might get one. I never had the cat boy girl. I only had the dog boy. I can't even remember what his name is now that I'm thinking about it. But he was the brown dog boy. And he had a corduroy outfit, a corduroy overalls like this, which had like a little elephant embroidered on it. It was so cute, but I couldn't find him. So I settled for this guy, and I'm glad I did, because this is, like I said, it's in pristine condition. There is, as I'm unwrapping him here, nothing. The only thing wrong with him is his little knee. He's got this little gathering here on his knee, and this one kind of popped out, but whatever. He's still great, and he's just gonna sit down and you won't even notice it. But he came with all of his original paperwork. So this is the paperwork that you got with your Kusa. And so this is registration papers. Oh, look at even, oh my gosh, look at this. So like it even comes with the original. Oh my gosh, look at them all. Oh, they still don't even have the picture of the one I had here. Bummer. I mean, they have a similar one, but it's not it. But look, here is the little advert in here that told you all the other products that they have, like that's upside down, strollers and the clothing, like the accessories. And then back here, it even told you about the Cabbage Patch Kids, preemies, and little pinups. But here are the Kusas down here. So you can see the dog boy. Actually, I think there was a lion too, now that I'm thinking about it. So dog, cat, and lion, and they came in boy and girl varieties. I actually really like this guy here. I almost got that one. I found that one on eBay. Probably a different variety of clothing. It wasn't this, but I love the little white stripe in his hair. But again, he didn't look well cared for and stored, so I didn't get it. But yeah, as you can see, here's the cats. The cats do have a little I apologize. They do have a little tuft of fur at the top of their head, which I guess I forgot about. I never had one, so I never really specifically paid attention to the details of it. But I may go back and find one just to have. Oh, here's an orange stripe boy. It doesn't want to focus. 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 So you can see the orange stripe body there. The little orange stripe boy. So yeah, they came in a little different varieties. I guess they did wear dresses. Shoot. I don't know. But I'm happy with the one I got. Like I said, he's in really good condition. And he came with all of his original paperwork, which I wasn't even expecting. I love it. Look at his little ID. He doesn't even have a name, so nobody named this poor little guy. Is it a guy? Is it a girl? Let's see. So a certificate, it comes blank. And I wonder, you know what, you guys? I remember I don't even remember the name of mine to be what I named it, because you know, with Cabbage Patch Kids, you got to name them, you send off their certificates, I believe, and they got registered. I don't remember that. But with the Kusas, you send off the certificates, and then you would get you'd get a gold colored imprinted label with the name you've chosen for your Kusas pet. So back here, you could fill it out and return it to the address. And you would get a label, and it would tell you, yeah, you could say, here's the registration application. You fill that out and send it in, and then you'd get a gold label to put on your little gold tag with the name of the Kusas. So if you go on eBay and look up these guys, you'll see that there are a lot of them that were already named by other children, obviously. This one never got a name. So if you look at his little birth certificate here, and it doesn't say, I'm assuming, it doesn't say if it's a boy or a girl. So this is my gender neutral baby. And I'm fine with that, because my certificate doesn't tell me if it's boy or girl, and I don't recall if you get to choose that yourself. You guys, this was like early 80s. I was super young. Like, I'm gonna know any of that. Like, I'm gonna remember any of that. But you could say Cabbage Patch, it says Cabbage Patch Kusas Kennel Association, and back here on the back of the certificate, you could see that it says the breed is Kusas, and where he came from, the date of birth, and you got little paw prints there, just like babies, just like the Cabbage Patch babies. So I think what I'm gonna do, you guys, is try, and they still make these, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Cabbage Patch dolls in the store. I'm gonna email the company that, I don't even know if it's the same company that owns them anymore. Let's do some digging, people. I'm going to email the people that made Cabbage Patch Kids and see if I can register my Kusas. I'd love it. I don't necessarily want to separate this paperwork because I'm a weird collector like that, and I love that it still even came with the envelope. It gives you all your directions back here on what you need to do to get your registration filled out and sent out. But I want to keep that all together, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot Cabbage Patch an email and see if I can still register this little guy. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Oh my gosh, what should I name him? What should I name my Kusas? My little Kusa baby. I love it. I love it. I love how intact he is. And we'll just call him a boy. I don't know. Maybe we don't have a gender for him yet. So I keep calling him a him. So I guess it's a him. I don't know why. I think it's the denim. I don't know. He's just giving me boy vibes. So maybe we'll name our little boy. And then maybe we'll get a little cat girl to go with our little dog boy. I think also why I keep calling him boy is because I had the dog boy as a child. So, but I'm going to email Cabbage Patch and see if I can register this guy. So if you have any name suggestions for my little dog boy, comment below and let me know. And let's see where this takes us. I'm excited. I love this. I thought it would, again, all these toys I thought would be really hard to find. Especially these, because I remember hearing a while ago that they were super sought after, and if you found them, they were really, really expensive because they didn't make them very long. I'm gonna have to dig into the history of these guys again. I just remember specifically the one I had. and it was my favorite Cabbage Patch growing up. And again, that one just fell by the wayside. I think I just got older and was in that weird phase of my life where I didn't want my toys and I just wanted to try and be super adult about things. And as I got a little older, I realized toys are still fun and I can still have them and be an adult with toys. I have a lot of toys and I'm an adult. I don't care. This was probably one that my mom for sure sold in a garage sale because I never played with it anymore. So I'm glad to have a new BB. And we will think of a name for this boy. And I'm gonna contact Cabbage Patch and see if I can register him and maybe get a gold tag. So last but not least, this is the fourth toy that I remember greatly from my childhood that I adored and didn't think was super popular, but this one was the hardest to track down. I lucked out, and it actually wasn't even really that hard. These were all surprisingly easy to get, which I was super shocked. I did not expect to grab any of these, and for the affordable prices that I did. I really expected to strike out with a lot of these toys and just be searching for months. So everything kind of fell into place, and I was really, really grateful for that. And this one, like I said, was a little harder to track down, but not by a lot. It just happened that there were only two listed on eBay. Two, that's it. There were only two. And this one was the better of the two. So I really, really lucked out. I actually haggled a little bit on eBay because it was one of those make an offer type deals. So I got it for a little less than advertised originally, which is awesome in my book. And I got it, and it was really awesome that I got it at all. Because like I said, there's only two. It's eBay, people. I don't know. And that is the Casey the Tape robot. Well, I don't even know if it's called Casey the Tape. I just called it Casey the Tape because it is. It's Casey the robot. And if you can see his little digital face here, oh, he's sleeping. If I wake him up, he's going to make loud buzzing noises, and I don't know if that's a problem or not. But he is a play school toy. I had this growing up. It's another one of those like read along with you type companions. If you remember the Teddy Ruxpin, which I love my Teddy Ruxpin, that might be another one I might acquire. I don't know. You guys, I might have started a really bad habit. Because now I'm thinking about all the other toys that I had growing up that I miss. I mean, I still do have very few toys from my childhood and things like that, and I have a lot of other toys, but maybe we'll do this again with 4 more toys. I don't know. Anyways, Casey the robot. He played cassettes and, you know, talked along with on his digital face, talked along with you. And there was a lot of storybook tapes that came along with this. And you could play regular cassette tapes in him. So you could put Ozzy Osbourne in here and he'd play it for you. In fact, courtesy of Tapehead City, I have David Bowie Never Let Me Down on cassette. Thanks, Tapehead City. And I tried to play him in here and he didn't work. He doesn't play. But his digital face works. And I'll show you a little more on that in a minute. Oh, did he wake? No, he didn't wake up. It was just angles. So he's sleeping right now, and once I hit this go button, he's going to wake up and make a loud buzzing noise. I'm still not sure how to fix him. I did fix, when I purchased this, they said this lever was kind of stuck and it wouldn't go down. But I opened him up and was able to fix this. He just doesn't play anything currently, so I'm hoping to open him back up again, clean him up a little bit, and see if I can get him to play. Because he's functional, his display works, everything works. He turns on the battery. Obviously, batteries are working. So let's see. Oh, he's awake. Maybe. There he is. So he makes all these fun faces. There's that loud noise I was telling you about. And if a tape was in here, he would obviously be opening in his mouth along with the tape, but I can't, the only thing I can do with this guy is open it. So as you can see, the go button doesn't really make anything go. Let's put this tape in here and see what happens. So I can put the tape in here and hit the go button. And all it does is buzz. It doesn't really spin the tape. So I'm not sure if something's caught up in there or it just needs some more cleaning and some gentle repairs. But I'm super pumped that he turns on, that his digital face still works, and he's in pretty good condition. He does need some cleaning. This was the last thing that came So I'm gonna clean him up really well. He's got some old crayon marks up here from a child. And let's see here, copyright of Play School 1985. So he's a 1985 guy, and I had him specifically because we share the same name. So Casey the robot, or as I called him, Casey the tape, and Casey. There's that annoying noise, it's gone now. Isn't he adorable? I hope I can get him to work, you guys, because it would be so much fun. As of now, he's just gonna be a display, because I can't even get him to turn off. I don't know if I leave him here like that, if he'll just shut off on his own. I don't remember, let's see. I thought if you flicked the volume enough, it would turn him off, but maybe not. Okay, maybe that was another toy that I had growing up. But so far he doesn't really work. All he does is this. He doesn't play a tape, but I'm gonna try and fix that. So, but I'm so glad I got a hold of him. Two on eBay, and this was one of the two, and I got him for a really great price, you guys. Like super great price. But I love his little rainbow sticker. And see, these are the little details that I remember growing up. I remember his gorgeous blue color. I remember this rainbow sticker with my name on it. All the tapes that you got with the Casey, they keep calling him Casey the tape, but that's not what he's called. He's just Casey the talking robot. But all the tapes you got had this logo on it, on the cassettes, which I've yet to get my hands on one of those. Those ones were actually really, really expensive if you found them. I only had a couple, and I think I had just interchanged my Teddy Ruxpin tapes with this and Teddy Ruxpin, and I've just played a lot of cassette tapes on it, honestly. So, but David Bowie's not working on this robot boy, so he's winking at me, hey. Back here you could store your cassettes. It doesn't really hold the case, but loose cassettes could store easily back here. I remember putting a couple in there. His little battery compartment, he takes D's. And he has legit screws back here. So he is hardwired up, and that's how I open him up to fix his little button here. So hopefully I can fix him rest of the way and we can get him to work. But yeah, those are the 4 toys that I missed from my childhood that I had to track down and get. And I'm so glad I got to share them all with you, and I hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun searching for these toys, and every time I got one in the mail and opened them, it was just pure joy. It was great getting to reconnect with these childhood toys of mine, and I'm so glad I have them. I will keep you updated on how the repairs go with my Casey the robot. I'm just gonna keep calling it Casey the tape, because is what I called it as a kid. On my robot boy and my little dog boy over here. I will contact the company and see what comes of that. Who knows? I think it'll be a fun little experiment. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. That way I know to create more content like this for you guys. And maybe I'll do this again. Maybe I'll think of, well, I can find 4 more toys from my childhood that I miss. I already even had a 5th that I was going to try and get. It just didn't work out. I'm still trying to track it down. So maybe we'll find 4 more and do this again, because I had a lot of fun with this. If you have any childhood toys that you remember and miss, post them in the comments below. I would love to chat with you about that. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye, everybody.